Hello everyone, I am Dave from SaveDex, and today I am going to be taking a look at OVIVO, which is a physics-based platformer coming to the Nintendo Switch. A review copy of this game was provided by Sometimes You, but that will not affect my opinion either way, as I asked the question, is this game worth saving to your collection or deleting from your memory? OVIVO is a simple game to pick up, but not the easiest to master. Although it may seem simple in its design, the game has times where it can be extremely challenging. Its momentum based physics has you, as the player, really getting into the flow of movement. At one point, I even found myself moving my arms with the controller as I wheeled the little antennaed ball named OVO to the next platform. The first thing that may have grabbed your attention watching this footage, because it most certainly grabbed mine, is the art style. The game only uses black and white in its colour scheme, and the use of these two colours is very important to the gameplay, but more on that later. Although the use of a monochromed colour scheme may sound unappealing, the game does have some stunning designs. The game's world is very abstract, and sometimes feels like you are playing through a Rorschach test. Sophie and I on more than one occasion have debated over what certain designs are supposed to be. I mean, take a look at that. I mean, it's clearly some sort of horse or goat or deer or some sort of animal, but I thought that white patch underneath its eye was a tear. Maybe it's crying. What's it upset about? Who knows? Maybe it's just a white mark on its face. You will notice plenty of designs like this as you play through a level, and when you get to the end, the camera zooms out to show the level in its entirety. They are very elaborately designed, and clearly a lot of work went into making them. It has been very interesting to just take in the picture and discuss what we can see, such as this stage. I mean, at first I just saw the yin and yang symbol and thought, yep, that's what it is. But Sophie thought it looked like two half animal cells smushed together. But after she pointed that out, I can see what she means. I mean, both of them, they've got a nucleus, and mitochondria, the endoplasmic reticulum, and ribosomes even, but only one of them seemed to have the Golgi apparatus. Getting lazy there. The soundtrack in this game is mesmerising. It is unobtrusive to the gameplay and very relaxing at times. Although in a later level the atmosphere does become more urgent and the music did change to reflect this. But for the most part, the music is ideal for someone who might be feeling a bit stressed out, or maybe if you have a child who is feeling a little bit hyper, it could do wonders to help calm you down. At times my mind was nowhere else but in this world. The reason I say it's a simple game to pick up is because it uses just one button, as well as the analog stick. I feel it is very suitable to have a simple control scheme, as it allows you to take in your surroundings without having to think too much about what you're doing with your hands. By pressing the A button, you switch between interacting between the black and the white areas. Gravity plays a big part in how you move around, as when your ball is in a white area, you fall downwards, and when you're in a black area, you rise upwards. As you begin, you can roll along the floor, and pressing the A button will make OVO pass from the white area to the black area, thus reversing the gravity. This is a key mechanic in progressing, and you will need to get inventive with using slopes and drops to gain momentum so you can switch to the other side and gain some serious airtime. Luckily, the button press doesn't have to happen while touching the floor. When you launch in the air, just press the A button and you will pass through the surface when you next touch it, so you don't have to worry about doing it precisely. The level designs are very abstract, as mentioned earlier, and it can take a fair bit of exploration in working out where to go next at times, although for the most part it is pretty obvious where you're meant to go. Each level has 3 main collectibles, which are all represented by unique symbols, but not all of them are in plain sight. When you collect one, it tells you at the top of the screen which of the 3 you have gotten, so you will know which one you have missed. You can track your progress for which collectibles you still need to obtain on the unique level select screen. The level select screen is circular in design, and as you complete levels it expands and elaborate detail adorns each layer. If you see blank circles between the levels, that means there are more collectibles to be found. The further through the game you get, the more hazardous the level design gets and more deaths will occur by hitting spikes or falling off pits, for example. But the checkpoints are very generous, and usually once you clear a section you won't have to do it again. There are some points where you can fall down to an earlier part of a level, but just die on purpose and you'll be put back where you want to be. There are some fun variations in how the game plays later on, such as these flowers that lift you up. You control its height by going in and out of it. When you're in the inside you're pushing it up, when you're on the outside you're pushing it down. There are some areas with these stars that you just pass straight through, and there are a few more gimmicks later on that I don't want to spoil. For the most part, the game runs very smoothly, although there were a few times, such as when this dragon chased me, where it started stuttering. It was a shame this happened as it took me out of the game, and like I said, this is a world that you can just lose yourself in. Now on to that all-important question of price. OVIVO costs £6.29, $6.99 or €6.99, but there is a 10% discount if you pre-order the game, which comes out on the 3rd of July. It isn't the longest game to play through, I completed it in 2.5 hours, but there is replayability with going back to find the collectibles you missed, spending more time in this beautiful world, or if you simply want to try a speedrun, as it can get quite fun to build up some fast momentum and soar through some sections. So I now take you back to my initial question. Is this a save or delete? Well, let's consult the SaveDex robot.
Overall, I would say it's worth a save. Beep boop bop beep.
Thank you, SaveDex robot. And I will have to agree. If you have liked what you've seen in the footage, enjoy a more relaxed experience overall, and just want to lose yourself in a world that you can interpret any way you want, then you will have a good time. But I should also say that if you don't like abstract games and the idea of analysing all these images you see doesn't really appeal to you, and you prefer a more coherent narrative with more identifiable characters, then this game may not be for you. I will also add that although there is no multiplayer, I would highly recommend playing it with someone else, as a lot of the experience I had came from the discussions I had with Sophie, interpreting the different images that were displayed to us and coming up with all these questions that may never get an answer, such as what is that up there supposed to be? Why does this ball have an antenna on its head? And is OVIVO the right way to pronounce this game's title? We may never know. It may not be a long game, but for the price you're paying, especially with that pre-order discount, you won't feel shortchanged. This is a game that you will play for the experience. Thank you for watching this review, and another thank you to Sometimes You for providing the game for us. Is this one you think you'd like to pick up? Are you interested in analysing all the images thrown at you in this game? Well, let us know in those comments down below, and if you like this video, give us a like and make sure you subscribe for more videos to come in the future. Thank you all again for watching. Night night.